For being here. I can't thank you enough for showing this type of force out here in Batavia on an early evening to tell Congressman Foster what? To vote no. You know, everybody here is really, for this kind of crowd to be here, it's a testament to the anger and the frustration we all share over the attempts of our government to take over our healthcare system. Your attendance here tonight is also a testament to the anger and frustration we all share over the out of control, irresponsible spending habits of our various government agencies and our elected officials. My name's Joe Calamino. I'm the State Director of the Illinois Chapter for Americans for Prosperity. I want to thank Sherry Pierce from the Aurora Tea Party Group. Sherry? Thank you, Sherry. I want to thank Todd Hartwell from the Elgin Tea Party Group. It was great to be working together with Mike. We had over 500 signatures thus far from this crowd today that we're going to be handling. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'm going to ask you to do something. I'm going to ask you to take your cell phones out, because I'm sure most of us have that right now. Get ready to text this information, because you are also going to send through the electronic media that we're so blessed to have in our country today a text message to Congressman Foster's office telling him to vote no on his health care bill. And that is, write the words hands off. That's hands off, and this number here is 74. I can't read my own writing.
You're going to have to put the number in your contacts first, otherwise you're not going to be able to.
Sorry about that.
You got to go numbers. I got a BlackBerry.
I was on a good roll. It's 74700. So that's hands off 74700. Hit the send button, and the same petition you signed today will be reinforced through the electronic media, and Congressman Foster will definitely hear our voices today. I want to thank the local media for being here as well. You know, for so often we have crowds like this, I understand, in the past, and the media hasn't been here. Today the media is here. They're here because they care. They're here because they can help us carry the message. So I ask you all to please write letters to your editor. Amongst everything else that we're asking you to do, keep the pressure on the media. Keep the pressure on the media to tell the truth and to and allow your voices to be heard. Okay, now what I want to do is introduce Sherry Pierce from the Aurora Tea Party.
I'm not good. Sorry, I'm not real good at climbing anymore. I am the founder of the Aurora Tea Patriots Group. We just started a few months ago. Real close, better. I'm not a real big fan of being a public speaker, so I won't take much of your time. We're real big on educating people about our history and about what they can do to get this country back on course. We need people to start becoming involved in local politics, whether that's your school board, whether it's the city council meeting, township meetings, even at the state level. We need those people to start getting out there, start watching what our people are doing. We elected them. We need to tell them what they're supposed to do. But right now, the big push is on the federal government with what they're trying to cram down on us with the health care bill. Foster sent out some talking points. One of the things is, he said, no cuts in Medicare for seniors. Well, I'm sorry, if this goes through, there's going to be a lot of cuts. They're already talking about cutting $3 million out of that budget. You should not lose your insurance coverage if you change or lose your job. Well, if you change your job now, you will lose your insurance. They need to change the law so you buy your insurance, not your company. That way it stays with you. You're not tied to a job because your insurance is with that job. We need real reform for health care, not a government takeover of our rights and our liberties. And that's what I'm going to do. I want to ask everybody, whether you live here in Geneva, Aurora, Batavia, Lombard, out in Sandwich, you need to get involved. Start showing up at your township meetings, see what they're doing. Start holding them accountable, because that's where we're going to really stop all this that's going on, is become involved. But for now, make sure you call Foster's office. You probably won't get through. They've taken the phones off the hooks in D.C. But keep calling. If you don't call tonight, call tomorrow. Call the next day. Tell them, no, this is not what we hired you to do. He is our representative. He's supposed to be speaking for us, and that's not what we told him to do.
Right.
So make sure you call him and keep calling him till the message gets through.
Or email. Email.
I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to Todd Hartwell.
877-762-8762.
He is the leader of our Elgin group. Anybody, if you can't find a group in your area, go to illinoist.org. You can find any of the organizers listed at the site there and how to get a hold of them.
Hey, thank you, Sherry. Well, guys, I gotta tell you, I'm real humbled to be in front of a large crowd of fellow patriots. Give yourselves a hand.
All right.
4 years ago, we weren't standing in front of anybody's office telling them, knock it off. 6 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, we weren't saying, knock it off. Does that mean that they were better? No, it means we were asleep. Because while our pals, the Republicans, were in charge, they should have taken care of this insurance issue a long time ago. We have to wake up and we have to stay awake. The good book says, sleep a little longer, slumber a little longer, and surely poverty will take you over. How's poverty feeling? It's about to get worse if we don't start following some basic financial concepts, which is be not a lender or a borrower or be. And our government is selling ourselves out to our pals the Chinese, our pals the Japanese, our pals the British, and you know what? They're starting to dig in their pockets and going, hey guys, I can't take you to the show no more. We ain't got no more money either. And how are we going to pay them off? We're going to sell our land? Because that's how the government looks at it. They go, we're not that in debt. Look how much land we got.
Sell Washington.
Sell Washington. Unfortunately, they've already done that. They started with the Lincoln bedroom. Anything's for rent, I guess. I'm not going to go too deep into the healthcare because Julie did an exceptional job kind of explaining some neat details. What I will tell you is, guys, there's a great awakening in the United States. It's just not here. As a part of the Tea Party and part of other groups, we're keeping our tabs on other things. And I got to tell you, us Illinoisans, we're kicking butts. We're really pumped up. But we got to be pumped up not just today, not just tomorrow, but into November 2nd. And then in November 2nd, December 2nd, January 2nd, and so on and so on. We've got to stop falling asleep. There's a great awakening, and it starts with what is right and what is wrong. If we can come up with the best economic plan, but if we aren't doing fundamentally right things, if we're saying you can live whatever kind of lifestyle you want to live and God's going to bless us, well, God ain't blessing us so much anymore.
Right.
In our hearts, we know what is morally correct, and our politicians don't care. They only care how much money they get and how many votes they get. If they're a politician, if they're a civil servant, they're a man of the people, they're a woman of the people, then they get it. And that's the people that we must elect and re-elect. People who are servants. Give me a king no more. Mel Gibson, in his movie The Patriot, said, why do I want to give up a king 3,000 miles away for 3,000 kings 1 mile away? These guys do not have authority over us for the rest of their lives. So we need to make sure we stay awake. Give me a king no more. Be awake. There is a great awakening and you need to stay on top of things. And when you get a robocall, and you get a call from a representative, and you haven't seen your precinct committeeman, you need to find him out and say,